Welcome to City Talk. It's About Town Deb, and I have Vince here with the Reno Aces, and Amber, my co-host, is back again this month, and we are going to be talking about the Reno Aces. And if you're not familiar with it, you want to stay tuned because we're going to be hitting it right out of the ballpark. Get what I mean? Be right back.
In Nevada near the silver mines, there's a kind-hearted woman. She's looking so fine, always taking care of her community. Bringing folks together is her cup of tea. She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's About Town Deb.
Welcome to City Talk. It's About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy. We're going to, like I told you in the preview, we're going to be hitting out of the ballpark. Kind of might be hard to do that, but Reno Aces are in the house. Vince, and I want to make sure it's Vince Ruffino, how do I pronounce?
You got it, Ruffino.
Ruffino.
Like the fine Tuscan
got it
wine.
right.
Like the fine Tuscan wine.
Like it.
Yeah, you have to go like that when you say it.
Yeah, you got to say it like this.
Ruffino. So we have Vince on set today, and we told him that we keep it real here and we lead with love because Amber's on set today. Amber,
Keeping
MF
it real,
Hale. Yes.
keeping it with love.
I know. I've missed her. The last time I think were we virtual last
We've
time?
been virtual a few times
because I've
now.
been recouping.
Yes, and you're doing great. You look amazing. She's
You do.
glowing.
Look
I
at her.
walk
She's
in,
great.
and
I'm
I see
excited.
her, and I feel so happy.
Thank you,
to see
because we all need to realize that sometimes you need to take that break. I took it's been 7 weeks, and I just was, I think it's been 7 weeks. So I finally feel like I've made the transition into a little bit less social media. I needed to do that, and I'm picking and choosing what I want to do. I think it's important. We can't be everywhere every day. And I used to think I could because I was about town, but I decided About Town Deb doesn't need to be all over town.
I'm so proud of you.
I know.
Good shit.
So Amber, before we get into our segment with Vince, how have you been? What's been happening in your life? Any new things happening?
Are you trying to get me to say something?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in a relationship
Yay.
now. I have a boyfriend. She really wanted me to say that. But apart from that, yes, I've been very happy. Kind of just thinking about what I'm going to do with the rest of my summer. I don't have any trips planned.
Usually you do.
I know. So I think I'm going to do a lot just like in the vicinity. There's a lot of hidden gems all around like the Great Basin that I really want to explore.
Actually, go to Travel Nevada. They have. I get their newsletter, and we didn't plan this, so. You really need to
plug in Travel Nevada.
Travel Nevada, because honestly, when you go there, there's a lot of hidden treasures in our state.
Yeah,
and some of them aren't that far from us. And there's like a huge hidden treasure. The Reno Aces is right in Reno too. And we're going to be chatting about that. So let's thank our sponsors. We got to do that. Without them, we wouldn't be chatting here with Vince. So Surratt Law Practice, Kim, thank you. And I know Kim, her son definitely would love. I think he's a baseball fan, so I'm sure he's thinking, I want to go to the game. So we'll make sure we hook him up. And then Crystal Basin Cellars for my wine label that we donate to Children's Cancer Foundation with that. And Angel Fenix Production. We are here in Sparks, Nevada at Musicians Rehearsal Center. So we're going to start with a quote because that's what I like to do. And these were picked out just for Vince, just so you know.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. And then I want you to say a little bit about it.
Sure.
Okay. I'm sure because you're a baseball fan, apparently, right?
Yeah, I've been raised in it. It's been almost a decade now working in baseball.
Yeah. So you probably know all these quotes by heart.
I might.
Okay. So here we go. I think this is a really big deal. A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. Jackie Robinson. So were you a Jackie Robinson fan or?
I actually have a little bit of a story about Jackie Robinson.
How about that? Well, share
We're
that
off to a
story.
great start.
Tell the story.
Keeping it real.
So I started my career with the New York Mets, and I spent 3 years there at Citi Field. Actually, the main rotunda is called the Jackie Robinson Rotunda. It's modeled after Ebbets Field, which is where Jackie played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And so every day I walked into the building with a giant blue 42 right in the face.
Yep.
They had a bunch of quotes along the top. So it's always been, something that's been very meaningful to me and inclusive, right? Like baseball, we try to say is inclusive and is for everybody. And that's what I love about the message of the sport, is for everyone to be able to play it and it be accessible for everyone. You need a ball, a bat, and a glove. You don't need much to be able to go and play some baseball.
It's cool that you said that, because there was another quote that I read. If I can find it quickly, I'm going to read it, because it made a lot of
Baseball's for everyone.
it is. No, I know. That was it. Yes, that was something about that.
No, I read it.
Oh no.
That's why
She prepared her note. I said
Prep
no.
work.
So how is this too personal? How old were you when you very first knew I love baseball?
Oh man, I was growing up in the 90s in Connecticut, and that was during the Yankee dynasties. So I grew up a huge Yankee fan. We'd go once a year to Yankee Stadium. So baseball I've loved since the very beginning, watching it every night during the summer when I was a kid. I would go outside and play baseball. So it's just always something that I've been a part of. And when I wanted to get into a professional field, it made natural sense when I was trying to get into sports to jump into baseball. And like I said, I was lucky enough to start my career with the New York Mets. And
well, how does that even happen? I mean, you know how many kids that are young and they watch, their baseball heroes, you have the baseball cards, and then you're like, I want to play ball, or I want to be a manager, I want to be a coach. What made you decide I want to work with the baseball?
So I knew I wanted to work in sports getting out of high school. So I went to St. John's University, which is in Queens in New York City, and I went for a sport management major. So I studied this in school. I had a minor in business. This is something that I've always wanted to do. So I had a 4-year degree, and like I said, fortunate enough to be right there next to the New York Mets and start my career right out of college, which was really fortunate and not something.
That's a big deal, because you don't usually get that opportunity.
No.
I love when people get to do what they want to do, with their lives.
I don't feel like I work a day in my life, ladies. I'm got to be completely
Well, isn't that what they say? What's that saying? If you love what you do, you don't work a day. There's a saying.
It's something just like that.
Yeah,
but
you said it. That's it.
Well, I kind of feel like that. I love what I do. I love our community. So, and I get to hang out with Amber all the time, and we get to pour wine and eat chocolate. So what the heck? Who doesn't like wine and chocolate? But I am slowing down on the wine. I am trying to
Look at you being a healthy girl.
I'm being a healthy girl because I want to last a long time.
Wine has antioxidants in it.
I know it does.
Don't the French have a glass of wine a day?
They
and
do.
It's good for them.
Italian. Didn't you say you're Italian? I'm sure your family grew up with wine on the table. It was kind of a big deal.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what exactly do you do with the Reno Aces now?
Well, can we ask that after break?
Oh, yes.
Because we're going to let him have a full segment here. So we're going to take our first break. It is About Town Deb. It's Vince and Amber, and we will be right back.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Phoenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Phoenix Productions.
She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town, this is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to City Talk. It's About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy. We are here with Vince with the Reno Aces and Amber Hale, my buddy. We get her once a month, and I'm so excited. And Amber had said in, I think, the first segment, this last segment, that she plans on staying around more local for the summer.
Yes.
So this is a great show to have Amber co-host because you have some questions for Vince.
Yeah. Okay. So I've grown up going to the Reno Aces. We were actually, before the show, we were trying to figure out what year the Aces kind of started in Reno.
Yeah.
And I believe it's 2009. I was 10 years old in 2009. So I remember being in grade school and coming to the Aces, and I also grew up playing softball, so I would have bring my glove, and it was so fun. And
I used to bring my boys. Then we were saying 2000 and what was it? 2008.
2009 was the first season.
2009, and then I'm like, well, I found the baseball hat that was 2012, and I'm like, Oh my gosh.
You have a baseball from the Aces?
No, I have a hat.
Oh, a baseball hat.
It was like a championship.
Yeah.
But I used to take my dad there, and I have photos of my dad, Papa Tony, another Papa Tony.
Memories. People have memories. That's so
And
fun.
and there was like these little red balls. They would throw like stuff up in the crowd, and he caught like this. I don't know if it was the red ball. It was a red ball, and my dad was so excited that he caught it. And I have a photo of him. They're like, "Yay, Papa Tony caught the red ball!" And it really made him feel such a huge part of the community. Yeah. And you guys are so good about, we're going to talk about that. It's about family. I didn't mean to hijack your question.
Oh, no, you're totally fine.
I just got excited. Because,
I just want to know what you specifically do for the Aces.
Yeah. So I'm the vice president of marketing, communication, and community. So overseeing, a lot of our marketing, obviously social media, our website, all of our advertising when it comes to radio, TV, billboards, digital, all that good stuff. Communication. So all of our press releases, working with local media partners and getting them out there. And then just recently took over the community department. So running all of our community initiatives and outreaches. That's why it makes me so happy to hear you guys talk about community and the memories you guys have created. 4 of our core values that we live by every day at the Reno Aces are honesty, opportunity, memories, and energy. And to hear you guys tell your stories of the memories that you created at our ballpark is really fun.
It's really cool. And then we have Amber here. She leads, keeping it real and leading with love. And that's what our show's about. It's about being real and authentic. And we know you're out there listening. And whether you have a Papa Tony like I do, a grandpa that wants to go to a game, or you have your 2-year-old, I think my son Josh, when he was born, I want to say he was probably 6-7 months old, and he went to his first Dodger game because we lived in SoCal then. So you start really early in the whole baseball, but to be in Reno, Nevada, for us we're so blessed to be right here where the stadium is right downtown.
I hear the fireworks from my house every Friday night.
I could hear them too.
Really? Oh my goodness.
And I'm in the Northwest.
Awesome. Yeah.
And if I look out I can actually see them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like the very tip of them.
This will be my 3rd summer in the house that I'm living in right now, kind of like in the Midtownish Wells district.
It's like you jump every time you hear
So
them.
the first, my first summer living in my house, it was, Friday night, and it's just like, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, what is going on? And
I know.
It's like every Friday.
You're like, pop, 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 pop.
So I heard them for the first time, I don't know, a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And I was kind of like, oh, it's summertime. I hear the fireworks at the Aces every Friday night.
There's lots of memories like that. It's awesome. We definitely have that. So I am going to do another quote, and then I have some questions for you. That's the beautiful thing about baseball. You can be any size and be successful. Andrew Benedini. And we were talking about that. And I know my son, Joey, Josh and Joey both played baseball. Josh's dream was to actually be a baseball player. He hurt his shoulder, what's it called? You red flag, red skirted.
Red shirted.
Yeah,
there we go.
Red skirted. Sorry, Josh. Red skirted. He would not have been happy if he red skirted. No, he red shirted. And Joey decided after, I think right before I went into McQueen, he decided, I'm good. I want to watch baseball. I want to be the fan because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time, and he just wasn't ready to be prepared to put in the practice where Josh was like, yes, I want to throw, I want to catch. And
Josh is the one with the beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's my base, and he still plays men's baseball, and he still can hit a ball at the park. He could still pitch amazingly. But Joey was like, I want to be the best fan. Like, I'm just going to go watch. So speaking of watching and being in baseball, what is a typical day for the Reno Aces? I mean, there's got to be when do they get in? Do they is there everything ready for them, clean and ready? Do they have to bring their own wash their own clothes? The players.
Yeah,
I want to know, what is it like to be play Reno Ace?
Yeah, to be a Reno Ace, they are professionals and they are members of the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. Most of the guys, they're getting to the ballpark for a 6 or 7 o'clock game at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, believe it or not. They're eating lunch there. They're doing weight training before they go out on the field. There's early work that our grounds team will set up for them so that they're out on the field, taking ground balls, catching fly balls, working on their batting stance, hitting balls into the outfield, just doing extra work to, like you were saying, prepare for that night's game. And that's even before around 2 or 3 o'clock o'clock in the day when official batting practice starts, where all of the players come out and all of the pitchers go and throw. Some guys go out to the bullpen and they do kind of practice sessions out there. The hitters take batting practice for an hour or two and kind of rotate through the different guys and head back to the clubhouse around 4 or 5 o'clock to get ready for the game that night. So a day for an Aces player starts at 11 a.m. and it could end around 10 o'clock at night. So it is a lot of time that they're putting into this. It's really their craft and their work.
And when they're traveling, that's even more time.
Absolutely. Right now we're on the road in Tacoma. So, the guys, there'll be shuttle buses early to the stadium from the hotel and get over to the stadium, and they'll go to work in the same way that they would do here at home. I mean, like I said, it's about a 12-hour day at the ballpark for those guys to get prepared and play the game and then shower, recover, and do it all over again. We play games in 6-game increments in our series. So we start on a Tuesday, we end on a Sunday. So you're doing that 6 days in a row until you get to your Monday off day.
Oh, you only get one day off?
We only get one day off a week. Yep.
Okay, guys, if you're serious about this, one day off a week, that's like that's a commitment.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to work in it is the same too. I'm pulling in.
Professional athlete.
It is. So if you do really well and rock your stats and hit the home runs and run the bases and do all that kind of stuff, then you're hoping to get pulled. Is it pulled up?
Exactly. There's a whole system. So we're called AAA, which is the next closest level to Major League Baseball. So obviously you have Major League Baseball at the top, and then you come to AAA. You're one step away from the major leagues, or you're one injury away from getting called up to the major leagues. And then we have a AA team and a single A team too. So what you're trying to do.
Underneath.
Yes. So we have players that come to us from Amarillo at our AA team. You can get called up to AAA, and then you can get called up to AA from our single A team. So there's a whole system of development for these players that these guys got to go through once they're drafted. It's not like the NFL, right, where you get drafted out of college and you're playing in the NFL next Sunday. For us, you get drafted and it could be 3-4 years before you make it to the major league level.
So could this happen like right out of high school? Like you get drafted into the minor, would it be the minor league? I don't know what that, and then you work your way up.
Exactly. An 18-year-old that's drafted, which you can out of high school, they'll get sent down to single A and they'll start working on their craft at the lowest level with other guys who are just drafted, right? And then, honestly, the cream rises to the top at that point. The best players move up. There's so many players that never make it to a AAA level or even a AA level out of getting drafted or getting signed. So it's really the guys that you see at the major league level are the absolute best of the best.
Competitive.
Yeah, they're competitive. They're well trained, and they're well conditioned athletes.
Well,
it's
Amber,
incredible.
you were saying you played. What position did you play?
Oh, I was a child.
Well, no, I mean, well, you are still, but I want to tell me what position. What was it like?
I played third base.
Nice.
That's a big deal.
That's a good position. Yeah, the hot corner.
I could throw accurately to first. So
it's a good skill. It's a good skill to have in that
what
sport.
do you think I played?
You played? What? Outfield. that was not a dig at anyone.
Hold on. No, well, hold on now. Hold on. Now, when I was in elementary school, back then they're like, they could be my grandchildren. We would line up and you'd have the two captains and they would go pick. I was always the very last person to get picked.
Because you're a tiny woman.
Well, I was left-handed.
It could be any size. We already went over this.
I know, but I was left-handed.
Same.
It's a problem.
You can't play the infield as a lefty, and that bothered me as a little leaguer.
Right. So it was
like
very
outfield.
frustrating.
Yeah.
So I always played. Then I played church league in my mid-20s, and I was a rover.
Nice.
Do you know what a rover is, Amber?
Red Rover, send Debbie on over.
Yeah. I would be like right in the middle in the field, and I loved it because I could go there. I could just I didn't have to stay in one spot.
Like the Mars rover?
I was a rover. I actually caught all the in-between balls.
Yeah, right in between the outfield and the infield.
So I loved it. And then as I got even older, I played right field and I'd catch the ball with my eyes closed and fall back. And then I played church league and you couldn't run into the base. So I was catcher. I got to play catcher a little bit. And I played second base once.
You're so cute. I love you.
That's fun.
But it was, I got hit in the head. Because I wasn't paying attention. You have to pay attention.
Those balls are hard. You got to be careful.
It was at the time my ex was playing shortstop. And he made me play second, and I did not want to play second. But there was nobody because I was I think left hand can play second. Maybe
I do. In my softball league, I do play second base.
Yeah. So they said, well, you're left-handed. We have to have so many girls in and you're going to play second. I'm like, I don't want to play second. So I'm standing there and he's like throwing the ball to me and I'm watching the person from the home plate run to first, and the person from first was running to me, and he's throwing the ball going, Debbie. And I'm like, what? And it went boom and like knocked me out.
Oh no.
And I said, okay, I don't want to play second anymore.
I think it's funny. It's like the one time that you had to do that and you got messed up.
I did. And I said, I'm not playing second.
Never again.
And I didn't they gave me a can of Coke and then I was done on my head.
Rub some dirt on.
There you go. Rub some dirt on.
Yeah. So anyway, well, we're going to take our second break, and when we come back, I have some questions about the Reno Aces and also about play ball, and we have a new whole section where people are living close to it.
Oh, yeah, there's apartments.
Yeah, so hang tight. It's About Town Deb, Vince, and Amber. We will be right back.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Phoenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Phoenix Productions.
You know that's what she said. Come on, let's have some fun with About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town, this is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now, back to the show.
Fun in a diamond shape. Baseball, like it's meant to be played. Bring it on, the pure joy of the game. Make your baseball, ace ball. Reno Aces, your destination. Your downtown sports sensation. And all-American entertainment. Make your baseball, ace ball.
Ace Ball in downtown Reno. Get your tickets at renoaces.com.
Ace ball.
Wow, guys, what'd you think? I want to go play baseball.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The stadium's gorgeous.
It is. You can't beat it. It's one of the best stadiums I've ever been to.
I have
and,
too.
Looked up, really?
Yes.
Well, I'm not special anymore, I guess.
Well, you know what? I was
too, I bet.
No, I actually, when the Aces first were here, I was at Nevada Matters before they were America Matters, and I got to go in the dugout with my camera.
Cool. Big moment.
It's
fun down there.
I was like looking at all the, cutie little bottoms out
All the
there.
cute butts, yeah.
The cute
exactly
butts.
what I was thinking.
I was. But it was, they were so nice. I mean, the managers, everybody they were family.
Yeah.
I really, you talk about that. They spend a lot of time together. So they really do become family. And are most of the players local players? Or are they coming from all over the place?
No, they come from all over. I mean, truthfully, we have half of our players that come from Latino descent. So it would be in Dominican or from Venezuela. We have a few guys. So it's really from all over. There's a lot of Southern boys that we have on our team right now. So we do have one somewhat local, Jay Kager, who's from Henderson. He's a big fan favorite, but they're from all over.
Nice.
She's being a stinker.
I just thought it was funny how
I was like,
he said Southern boys, and you got all.
I kind of like the whole country thing.
Oh, they love to go fishing. We have guys going fly fishing in the truckie before they get ready to go. So yeah, they love the outdoors.
Do they like to dance? Do they go to the country bar and dance?
I wouldn't say that much because again, day in day out, they have so much going on. But they like to have some fun. Big golfers too. A lot of golfers on the team that like to get in around in the morning. So this is the perfect place for these guys. They have every outdoor activity that they could possibly want to do.
So you were saying something about Hispanic or not? Like you have your Amber. How do you pronounce? I wouldn't want to say it. The beer and the
michelada.
Michelada. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that's something.
Do you like those, Amber?
I'm a Bloody. I like the Bloody Mary fan. The carbonation of the michelada, I don't know, throws me off. I love beer. But I would prefer a Bloody Mary.
Well, they have lots of good beer there, just so you know, a lot of beer specials. So tell us about...
Yeah, it's like a michelada night. I know you guys have themed nights.
We do have themed nights. The micheladas is actually something we just launched this year. It's actually part of minor league baseball. It's called Copa de la Diversión program. So it's about Hispanic and Latino outreach and connecting with those fans. And
can you say that again?
Players. Copa de la Diversión.
Wow. Nice.
And so
like sassy. Let's go Copa.
the micheladas are our identity. So we're actually we wore them for the first time on Cinco de Mayo. We wear baby blue jerseys with baby blue pants and a baby blue hat with a michelada on the top. And we're going to be wearing those 4 more times this year.
I saw somebody come into our shop wearing one of those hats.
They're all over the place. This is taken off, honestly.
Yeah.
People absolutely love this branding.
Because I went, is that a michelada on your hat? Yeah.
I got her at the Reno Aces.
It was like a week ago. Yeah.
It would have been then. That would have been right about that time. So you have there's another one in June, July, and August, right? September too?
In September as well.
I have those dates.
Once a month.
Once a month. So you definitely want to go on. Can you just say the website really quick?
It's micheladasdereno.com and it'll send you right there.
Or can you just go to the Reno Aces? That's a lot of
micheladasdereno.com.
There we go.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that you could also get a really good beer there, just so you know.
You can.
And the other really cool thing, there's just so much. There's so many good things about the Reno Aces. It's like anyway, I actually have a real question though that I really do need to ask. It's like a real question.
Okay.
Not just one. It's my question. We're talking about food, beverages. So the one thing I know, when I personally have gone many times to the Reno Aces game, I kind of like the food. I like the beverages. It's like it's such a big experience for me. So how do you guys see it, as being a AAA baseball team? Why is it so important?
Yeah, it's all part of our experience. And ultimately, we're in the entertainment business. I know there's baseball, but we're here to entertain this community and be a focal point for it. So food and beverage, in-game production, people coming in and out of the ballpark, our procedures, that's something we honestly talk about almost every day. Are we delivering for our fans? Because like you said, we are a huge community asset. We take that very seriously. So the food and beverage, we do different items for our different theme nights. We kind of try to brand those. We have versus items. So every homestand is based off of the opposing team coming in. So if we have a Texas team coming in, we might do some barbecue items or something along those lines. If we have the bees coming in from Salt Lake, we'll have some honey-based items and some different stuff there. So coming to the ballpark, that's all part of the experience, right? Like ballpark geeks is so important, like you were saying. It's something that we focus on.
Do you guys still do like the themed hot dogs?
We do, yes, for different theme nights, like Star Wars when we did the lightsaber dog, which is like a 6 foot long
You
dog.
should have brought us the lightsaber dog.
Yes.
We could have played with that.
Yes, exactly. That's something that I think about when I remember when I think of the Aces is when I would go, there would always be like a themed hot dog. And like I remember my dad always getting this insanely huge hot dog. And me being like, I want to buy it. Yeah.
No, I totally remember.
But it's like huge.
Yep.
But there's something about baseball and a hot dog and Cracker Jacks and
Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
Your age is showing. Just kidding. Maybe it's probably a baseball thing.
It is. Do you not know what Cracker Jacks are?
I know, but I'm just.
I saw Cracker Jacks in the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
I did.
They're still pumping.
I think they're still around. They still have the prize too, right? In there, like a little tattoo or something.
That is going to be my mission. I want to say though, I was in Southern California though. And there was a section with just Cracker Jacks. And I was like, wow, wait a minute.
There must be a demand.
Wait a minute. It
Southern
wasn't
California.
there. It was at the grocery outlet.
Here?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I swear it was. They must have had a good sale. They shipped them in from some ballpark that leftovers. I don't know. But I just remember it was such a big deal as a kid to get that Cracker Jack and get the prize and to go to the games and get the hot dog and then get the beer and get the soda. Well, I couldn't have
As a
beer.
kid, I would hope you weren't drinking a beer.
No, I wasn't. I actually
Never know.
Well, you never know. No, I didn't, guys. Don't worry. I waited till I was 18. I was married at 18, so we're keeping it real.
Well, yeah.
So I probably had champagne on my wedding and I was 18. So yes, I did. Anyway, I just think that the Reno Aces is really, they are it's the AAA, you're a ballpark, but you're more than that. Mm-hmm. Like you said, with your mission statement, with what you give to us with your heart and soul. And I also wanted to know, what would you say to somebody visiting Reno? Because we want you to come visit Reno. But if you live in Reno and you haven't been to a Reno Aces game, what's the most important thing about the game that they need to come? Like, what would you say to entice them to come?
I would say the community atmosphere, right? Because there's nothing quite like being at Greater Nevada Field on a busy Friday or Saturday when the stands are full. There's a bunch of people there. You're running into people that you know or haven't seen in a while.
That's true.
And that communal aspect of it is what makes it so special. We can talk about the baseball every day and the players and stuff like that, but really what makes us and what we try to do is being that community focal point and giving people an access to professional sports here in town, but also like access to real live entertainment and just a place that everyone can gather, any age, right? We invite kids, parents, anyone in between to come on out. And that whole experience is what makes it really special for this community. And that's what I would tell people when you're coming out to the ballpark, or why you want to come out for that, to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And that's what we're really happy to provide. And then honestly, we try to put on a good show Fridays, like you were saying. We have fireworks every Friday the rest of the summer.
Who does that?
Who doesn't want to be a part of that?
I love that you guys have the lawn that you can buy, like almost like general admission tickets to like go on the lawn, and they're inexpensive.
Yeah.
So like if you still want to go and enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy the game, you don't have to like drop a shit ton of money on a ticket to go and enjoy. And also, I like laying in the grass. I like bringing a blanket and laying in the grass. Sometimes that sun is a bit much before the sun sets, but once the sun sets, it's magical.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Some of my favorite nights out there are when we do our dog days and we let people bring their dogs out to the berm. We had over 150 dogs at our last one out on that berm. It was Pup Central, and it was awesome. So again, opportunity for
people and their animals. People in Reno, I'm sorry, this is just something that I find quite comical. I have a dog. Okay, I love my dog, but some people like freak out about their dogs, and those are the people. But I'm so happy they get to bring them to the game. Happy for them. Yes.
No, but it's also cute for us who don't have a dog. We get to enjoy somebody else's dog.
Yes, and dogs are great. I know.
Dogs of all sizes and shapes. We have from corgis to golden retrievers. My golden comes to everyone. He has a great time.
He comes to every game, or
he comes to every dog day. I bring him to the office once a week, and he'll hang out with us. It's a good time.
Did you guys used to have a mascot where you adopt? Was there like an adopted dog? Were you guys?
We did. We had a ballpark dog a few years ago when I first got here. She was still here. Her name was Princess. She was from the Nevada Humane Society.
Princess.
She was adorable.
She was adorable.
Not like Diamond, like a baseball diamond. Come on, guys.
No, I don't know where the name came from. It was before my time, honestly. But yeah, we did have an adopted dog that lived at the ballpark for a few years, and then her owner got a job with the Milwaukee Brewers down in at their spring training complex in Arizona. So she moved down, retired in Arizona. And I have a bad update. She unfortunately did pass away about a year or two ago. But she lived a long, happy life, and she was a great dog.
She was so beautiful.
She was a cute dog.
Are you going to get like a new stadium puppy dog?
So actually our new general manager, Chris, brings his little pup in every day. His name is Nugget. He's one of the coolest dogs you'll ever meet. So if you see him walking around with our general manager on the concourse, he wears a little Aces jersey at every game.
I'll call him Nuggy.
On hot dog days, on dollar hot dog days, he has a little hot dog suit we dress him up in. We have a good time with Nugget.
Well, I love it. See, it's about family, guys. That's why you need to
It's also fun to say Nugget.
Yeah,
Nugget.
Great name. You call him Little Nug. It's fun.
Nug. Hey, Nug. Hey, Nug. Oh, we cannot wait to meet the little Nugget. That'll be our next thing. So we're going to take our final break, and we come back. We'll continue the conversation. Hang tight. Be right back.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Phoenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Phoenix Productions.
Ready to help from her toes to her head. Just give her a shout. Call About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town, this is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It's our final segment. It has been so fun just talking about baseball and Cracker Jacks.
I'm excited for summer. I'm so excited for summer.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be around this summer.
Yeah.
And I would love to take a few little adventures and travel Nevada.
Yeah.
And just we can be, Laverne and Shirley, but I don't know,
nice.
or one of those.
I'm going to get you in trouble.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to be in trouble now because I have some amazing chocolate I'm having. It's from Dorinda's, and apparently it's really healthy. It's what it has honey and ginger.
Yeah. It's called the Bee's Knees. It's Dorinda's chocolate snooze truffle of the month.
So
it's
good.
Honey, lemon, and ginger. I gave everybody one, so they're all
So
enjoying.
good.
So I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to turn it over to Amber so I can enjoy every bite.
So we want to know what are like some fun things that we can look forward to with the Aces this summer.
Yeah, so we already mentioned fireworks for every Friday the rest of the way here, but Saturdays are our Super Saturdays. So that's when we get a theme night, a giveaway, or both on our Saturdays here moving forward. So the hat I'm wearing right now is actually our Marvel collaboration. We worked with the Marvel design team to come up with this logo in the off season.
Actual Marvel?
Actual Marvel, yeah. It's a partnership between Marvel and the Reno and minor league baseball.
Yeah.
So we worked with their designers on this logo. We have special jerseys and hats. We've already had our first game this last Saturday of Marvel Defenders of the Diamond, and then we're gonna have Marvel Superhero Night coming up in August.
So what happens with the super night? You get to dress up?
Yeah, so on Superhero...
Are you going to dress up?
You should.
I want to dress up. Oh, see, I would dress up. Dang it. If I were to dress up, I'd probably dress up as somebody from the DC universe. X-Men's Marvel. Never mind. Just
No,
kidding.
you're good.
No, isn't that a Marvel thing?
This last Saturday, we actually had someone come into the Marvel game, and you know those giant inflatable like dinosaur suits?
Yeah.
It was a Spider-Man dinosaur. And they came into the ballpark and were walking around the concourse
counts.
in one of those giant suits. It was
A
hilarious.
Spider-Man dinosaur.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it before, but it was really cool. And yeah, those Saturdays gives us an opportunity. We have Peanuts night coming up, so Charlie Brown, Snoopy. We do a Harry Potter night, or what we call a magical evening at the ballpark.
A magical evening.
It's a magical evening for licensing. We got to be a little careful
okay.
here.
That's where my mind was going. I'm like, oh, that's so funny.
But I think
Harry
that
Potter
Amber
night.
Yeah, I wish we could.
I have
might
a
like
Slytherin
it.
cloak.
I think you want a magical night now.
A magical night.
It's fun.
No, I think I'm not much of a put on a costume. I mean, I wish I was, but I'm not. I like to go people watch. What?
No fun.
Well, can you
get
find
quirky,
me?
You got to get into it.
Well, you have to find me a costume that's not too
flashy?
cumbersome.
Fair.
Cumbersome. I'm showing my age again.
You really are.
I don't know where this is coming from. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Give me some popcorn and Cracker Jacks. I don't know.
And a newspaper. What?
I don't have a newspaper.
I
have social media.
I'm just
so you know. But again, website for us to find out. Speaking of social media, what all the platforms are you guys on?
Yeah, we're on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We've really invested heavy in telling the stories of what we're doing at the ballpark and our players. So you can find a bunch of content, especially on our Instagram page and on our Twitter pages, behind the scenes stuff. We mic up a player every Friday at the batting practice I was telling you guys about earlier. That's one of the funniest videos we get to watch.
You what? You make up? What do you do?
We mic up a player. So
you said you put makeup on a player. Okay, that really would have been. I don't know. I'm totally sober, guys. I'm just so excited.
Can't do that
to be
in
here.
Texas.
Oh, what? You can't wear makeup?
It was a political joke. We could move past it.
Okay, I don't know. See, she just throws these things.
They
out.
banned drag in Texas. That's why I said can't do that in Texas.
So you can't wear makeup.
Anyways.
Okay, it's okay.
This was lost. My bad.
It's okay.
On to the next bad
On
joke,
to the next. Well, and anyway, so you guys go. What are you doing? You make them up. You don't make them up. We're not.
We mic them up.
Microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, and they get out there and.
So while they're doing their practicing and they're,
you can hear everything.
Then we cut it together. It's about a 2-minute long video. You can hear the players interact with one another. They make a lot of jokes. They have a lot of fun with it. It's something that we started doing. Last year, and something that people have really connected with. Again, it humanizes our players, right? Like you see them on the field and they're from all different areas, but now you get to see them behind the scenes.
Makes a connection.
Right. What's their personality like? Does this guy like fishing? Because a lot of times they'll talk about fishing or golf or whatever. So getting those behind the scenes and those moments and those access is really fun for us to be able to bring.
I like that. I have another quote. I like this quote. Okay. It says did I already? I don't think I did this one. To succeed in baseball, as in life, you must make adjustments. Ken Griffey Jr. And I feel like I keep making adjustments every single day.
You're doing great.
No, but
really
but think about it. I mean, no matter what profession you're in, no matter how old you are, you come to that road and you're like, or, you're coming to first base and you gotta, okay, do I run past it so I don't get, tag or, or do I slide in?
Yep.
I don't usually slide. I like to run past it, or I trip, either way.
Well, that's why I like baseball so much is there's every day, right? There's a game every day. For us, there's an opportunity every day to welcome fans in when we're at home and have that experience. So if you have a bad day today, you get to shower that off, and tomorrow I get to do it all over again. That's the beauty of it. And like you were saying in that quote, make adjustments, right? If something didn't work, tomorrow I can make that adjustment instead of working in a sport like football where you got to wait a week or two until that next game happens to try to make that adjustment. I love the everyday grind and ability to change on the fly. It's a lot of fun. So
Amber, what do you think about changing on the fly?
Oh, I wake up a different person every day of my fucking life.
That's why I thought I'd ask you that.
I am the snake. I shed my skin. So, same idea, just different. My brain doesn't work baseball. So,
Yeah, but being out there listening, guys, we want you to take a moment and think as you're sitting there, or if you're listening to on a podcast and you're taking a walk, just think about the times you've had to make that curve or you've had to run past that base. That we want you to know, no matter where you are, you have another day. Every morning, it's another day for you to wake up and say, I got this.
Yep.
Sometimes we're thinking, I don't want to get up. I want to put the covers back over. And you have every right to do that. I have done that. But at some point, we want to get up and we want to say, hey, today's a new day. And for the baseball players, every day is a new day. Every inning is a new inning, if you think about it.
It is. And think about it this way, too. A Hall of Fame baseball player fails 70% of the time. If you're batting 300, that means you get to hit 3 out of 10 times that you're at the plate. So you have to be conditioned in failure to be able to find success. And that's the really cool part of the sport.
Shitty, honestly.
It's tough to deal with, right?
Yeah.
You gotta
very,
learn.
very, a lot of humility there.
Well, especially,
I just don't like being bad at things.
Well, nobody does. But I would say being the pitcher to me would be the hardest. My son pitched and it was so traumatic to watch him up there. I can't imagine, being a pitcher.
It's tough. I mean, you're either starting every 5th day and you're the guy, right? You're responsible for getting all those.
Or they call you in and say, you're up.
Yeah, or you're coming in a tough situation that you can't control.
Or they say, you suck,
good luck,
get
dude.
off the mound.
They do say that. Boo. No, it's a beautiful game and it's a family game. But it is a game. It's mental and physical.
Yeah.
Like you have to be in the game when you're in the game. Like when I was in the game, I got hit by a ball. You have to be in the game. So we're down to like our last 3.5 minutes. Vince, what would you say to a young child or a young adult that's listening, or their mom is saying, gosh, my son's always wanted to play baseball, or my daughter? What would you say to them? How could they get started and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, join a local Little League here in town. There's plenty of Little Leagues. It's a great baseball community here in Reno. I mean, the high school teams are really good. They've even sent some players to the major leagues here from the local level.
I know some of them.
I would say, listen, get involved early, and then it's just working at it, right? And living your dream every day and working as hard as you can to get to that dream. Whether you want to be a player or you want to be in the front office like myself, I was always working towards getting to this spot. And so, taking the right steps and putting yourself in the right position is key and vital to doing that. And then, like we said, being used to and comfortable with some failure, because like I said, a Hall of Fame baseball player, you're going to fail like 70% of the time and you're considered one of the best. Mm-hmm. So that is a mental roadblock that you have to kind of get over.
So here's another one. A winner is somebody who goes out there every day and exhausts himself trying to get something accomplished. Joe Torre. That is so true. I mean, you're out there hitting and practicing and running the bases, and some days you just don't have it, but you still go out there and you still go to practice and you still do it. And that's what we want you to know, that no matter what you're doing out there, persevere, just keep going.
Also, self-care is important too.
Yes, take that time. Yes.
Balance. It's all about balance.
Okay. So what would you tell somebody out there listening, Amber, because we're getting to the end, to help them on their day today?
I don't know, lead with love. In those moments that it's hard to lead with love, just remember that everybody's going through something, and treat people how you want to be treated. It's really simple.
Yeah. What about you, Vince? What would you like to say to people listening today to give them a little perk me up?
Yeah, I think if you dream it, you can achieve it. I always never feel like I belong here or should have been here. I didn't come from anything. You know, my parents didn't go to college. I was kind of paving the way on that one. So I made it happen, right? Through dreaming the dream, perseverance, like we've talked about, and visualizing myself in those roles and taking every step along the way, being focused on, I want to do this. And what do I need? What's the next step that I need to take to get there? And my message to anyone that I talk to is you can get there. I'm here. I don't know if I belong here, but I'm here. And so it's through all of those steps that I previously mentioned is how you can get there.
Manifest that shit.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Manifestation.
Yep.
So
big believer
talking about that, Grandma B, my mom is getting better and better every day. And she didn't go to college and I didn't go to college and I'm here.
And I didn't go to college.
And as I've said many times, and I really do, I don't mind sharing this again. Most of my life I stuttered as a kid and as an adult, so just recently. So I want you out there to know you can overcome anything. You can run past any base, speaking the baseball terms, and we are here for you and we got you. And remember, together we are one heart. And go to the Aces game website one more time.
RenoAces.com.
Pretty easy.
Get all the information that you need on us.
Yay.
Okay, let's go play ball.
Bye.
Bowtown Deb.
This podcast was a production of Angel Phoenix Productions. Explore more episodes of this show or other great shows on the Angel Phoenix Podcast Network by visiting angelphoenix.com. The views expressed in this show do not necessarily represent those of Angel Phoenix Productions or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.